Okay, welcome to another In the Geek Room. Okay, and I'm now looking at Stan and Ollie. So the other week I went to the cinema and saw Stan and Ollie. Now, this is a film I've looked forward to for some time, and I really was hoping this was going to be an absolutely superb film. When you see a teaser trailer or a trailer for a film, you really this is one of these films when I saw those, and I was like, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. I was all good. I was looking forward to this film, and Stan and Ollie is not a bad film. It's just it could have benefited from an extra half an hour. I mean, the runtime of Stan and Ollie is left and right. I am actually on IMDb again, so it's 1 hour 37 minutes. Now, if you add an extra half an hour onto it, which I'm hoping they do when they release it on the home entertainment market, be it Blu-ray. I hope it gets a Blu-ray, but it will get Blu-ray in the UK because it seems to be generating. And it's if it can do an extended cut with an extra half an hour, character development is the one thing that could really this film could do with more. I mean, it's not a bad film. It's actually an enjoyable film, but I'd be more emotionally invested if they'd actually had an extra 30 minutes in it to develop the characters more. I mean, the performances from John C. Reilly as Oliver Hardy, Steve Coogan as Stan Laurel, and Shirley Henderson as Lucille Hardy, just to name three of them, are absolutely fantastic. I'd have liked Danny Houston's character to be to have had more screen time, and add an extra 15-20 minutes, tack it onto the start of the film, so you can actually see uh, where where they end up going from the film. The majority of the film, which is sent about 15-20 years later, I can't remember off the top of my head. But if they'd actually developed the start of the film more, it would have made the rest of the narrative run a lot more smoothly and emotional investment a lot more with the characters. It would, but all the actors are there. I mean, it's perfect casting. I mean, the fat suit and the prosthetics that they put John C. Reilly in remind me of Gary Oldman in The Darkest Hour, and you can tell at times with the face that it is a fat suit, but that's not knocking the prosthetics. I mean, you know what John C. Reilly looks like in real life. I want to see him in it. It's but they did brilliant, but it doesn't detract from the film. Steve Coogan, absolutely superb. It's a shame he's been overlooked during award seasons, but he's a fantastic Stan Laurel, and like I said, add some more time at the beginning and at the end, and you'd have a perfect film. I hope that they do an extended cut. I really do. But like I said, bear that in mind, it's an enjoyable film. I mean, it could have been one of these films that you could wait for to come onto TV. I'm glad I saw it on the big screen. I mean, it is one that I was looking forward to, and to be able to sit there without the distractions of IMDb or phones or anything, and people talking and doing stuff at home. So I love sitting in a cinema and watching these, and it is a film that if they put a Stan Laurel, sorry, a Laurel and Hardy original featurette before the film, one of their films, that would have also been a nice little touch to go into the film. There's so much they could have done differently and better. But I suppose time, marketing, money, and rights. But like I said, I don't want to detract from the film. It is an enjoyable film, but it just could have been better. It's weird when you say in today's day where they do 2 hour plus films as a norm, that a film could do with more time. And like I said, this film could have done with a longer run time. It could have, which would have been brilliant. But having said that, if you haven't seen it, go see the film. It is enjoyable just for Steve Coogan and John C. Reilly alone. I mean, they are fantastic. A little note: Shirley Henderson, who plays Lucille Hardy, and Steve Coogan were together as husband and wife in the film 24-Hour Party of People about the Manchester music scene and Tony Wilson. So if you haven't seen that, watch it. Except for a biography, they'll admit there's a lot of embellishment in that one. But it's a good film about the Manchester music scene and Tony Wilson. If you don't know who Tony Wilson is, look him up. That's another round of a review for another time. But Laurel and Hardy, not a bad film, but could have been better just with a bit of extra runtime. So that's been my review of Stan and Ollie. Worth a check out if you haven't seen it. If it's not in the cinema when you're watching it, go watch it on whatever streaming platform or whatever way you want to watch it, or you choose to watch movies these days. Worth checking out if you love film history, but not the best film I've seen, but not the worst. See you all in another In the Geek Room.